Janae's here from Lake Tahoe Yoga. I always say the premier yoga studio.
I love that you say that.
Well, I mean, you guys continue to grow and get bigger and add and do the teacher training, have all the different classes. And then I was just reading, you now are the yoga instructor for UNR football?
Yeah, Lake Tahoe Yoga is the official yoga studio for UNR.
That is crazy.
I know.
But it makes tons of sense, right?
Yeah. It's so funny, though. I mean, football players have been known for trying all kinds of crazy things, including ballet, to improve, how they're doing out on the field. And so I'm the yoga teacher now, and they're doing well. They can touch their toes now.
Oh, I'll bet,
They're getting more flexible.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, because they stretch. I mean, that's part of doing, football.
Yeah.
You got to stretch, and you obviously do strength training.
Yeah.
But the yoga's a different approach.
Yeah, and it's, that isometric stretching that really makes the difference. So,
cool.
Yeah, so it's a pretty cool gig.
So I remember last summer when you would come in for interviews, you would actually paddleboard, because we got the dock right behind there. You paddleboard over. But then I realized you were actually coming from doing paddleboard yoga and beach yoga still? Are you doing that again this summer?
So paddle yoga is every day but Fridays, because Fridays I'm at UNR. So we're still doing the paddle yoga out at Lakeview Commons, really popular. And I'm doing regular classes, and then I'm also doing, private sessions. Of course, people can book me for that. And the same thing with the beach yoga. That's twice a week, and that starts this week, because July 1st is coming up.
Right.
And we do that at Nevada Beach. So I don't usually paddle over from there. It takes a bit longer. So I ride my bike instead.
So for the private classes, I mean, we get these really, starting now, it seems like when it's really hot like this, it brings a ton of people up here. And then, of course, 4th of July to Labor Day, it gets packed in this town. A lot of people, that's nice, but to go to somebody's got a nice place, their second home, whatever the deal, to have you just come over and do the private.
Yesterday I was just in Skyland, and it was a bachelorette party. I love bachelorette parties because they're always in such a good mood, and the girls need to bond and get to know each other. And so I went and I taught yoga on their dock in Skyland. And I'll go all around the lake. I've gone to Kings Beach. I go everywhere, and then you get your own little party in a place you're comfortable, and you get to have some fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So is this the beach? Is this the beach? The actual beach where you do it? Look at that.
That's Nevada Beach. And
it looks photoshopped. Is that a real picture?
No filters needed.
That looks photoshopped too. I don't believe you.
That's the smoke.
God, look at that.
That's last August. Remember when we got all that smoke?
Yeah. Oh,
so,
no kidding. That's what that was.
Yeah, and it had cleared out. It had moved north, and we went out, and the lake was like glass.
It looks better than it was. I was like, oh, that's really cool looking, but it's stunk. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Where's this?
That's in Cambodia. Hey, I'll go to Cambodia.
Yeah,
and got
a private yoga session in Cambodia. I love it.
Yeah, so, I'll go anywhere. I'll do it any time of year. And
were you on ice skates doing yoga in that one?
That wasn't me, actually.
Okay.
That's one of my practitioners.
Okay.
So, and that's one of the things I'm doing, actually, this month, is I'm asking people to go out and do things, locals or residents of Tahoe, to go out and do things that visitors do, and to, try and get visitors to come in.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I'm saying go out, do something, take a photo, or bring in your receipt, and then I'll give you $5 off. Show me that you were out living life like a visitor.
Yeah.
Instead of these getting all jaded like a local.
Another good one that's so true though, isn't it? Like you have family come to town, all of a sudden you go out on the paddle wheeler, for example, or something, and you're like, wow, that's pretty fun. It's easy just to see the paddle wheel go back and forth every day and not even think about getting out there.
And I'm determined this summer to do things that I don't usually do. It's our front yard. We need to enjoy it.
Yeah. And I always say the people that become more jaded are the ones that don't get out and travel the world. You travel, I travel, you get out, and you go to visit other places, and you realize how inviting most people are. Like, oh, I got to tell you about this little private beach. I got to tell you about this really cool yoga studio or whatever it is, I also was seeing that on Fridays, kind of cool, instead of doing happy hour down at the bar, you're doing happy hour yoga.
Yeah, so we tried this out all winter. We did it twice a month. Really popular, and I partner yoga story time with it, so mom and dad can come, leave the kid with me.
Smart.
We're going to do the happy hour yoga every Friday, but now we're going to start opening it up. Instead of just poses and pints and serene sips, we're going to start doing cocktails and have some fun and get creative, and then I'll do yoga story time twice a month with that. So you can come every Friday, 5:30, 6:30, do a yoga practice, and then yoga story time twice a week.
God, you're on fire.
It's so fun.
And the website's up. There's a place you can look at all the schedules and figure out and call,
it's nice
whatever.
and easy, LakeTahoeYoga.com.
And the privates, that's the same phone number, everything.
Yeah, everything's all together. And you get me. It's still just me. I haven't hired anybody else.
I know, I love it. This town's great. Any good travel plans for you? You got anything on the horizon or coming up?
No, we got the Downeyville Downhill coming up in August. We'll do that mountain bike ride and stuff. But we're holding it down in Tahoe. I love it here in the
know, huh? You don't want to go.
I can't leave.
My wife's the same. She can't go anywhere in the summertime. I'm like, trying to make a trip, and she's like, I'm not leaving Tahoe in the summertime.
Yeah, it's just the best. And it's and I'm determined to try new things.
Good.
You know, got to get out there and enjoy
Cool.
Tahoe.
I got some ideas for you.
Oh, good.
Janae from Lake Tahoe Yoga. We'll take a quick break and be back with more of Tahoe Today.
This segment is brought to you by Tahoe